Well, here we are on YouTube, and here we are on Twitch, and here you are joining us in the Welpdom here. Welcome to the Welpdom.
If you're watching us on YouTube, join our Twitch. Twitch is where we go live every time, so no matter what we're doing, it's always live and free before it gets edited and put on YouTube. And if it gets blocked on YouTube or you don't want to wait, it goes behind our Patreon paywall. So that's kind of how the things work. So, and join our Discord for the announcements and for chatting with other Welpdom members.
Yeah, this is kind of exciting. We did a little bit of Florence and the Machine. We watched a little bit of the live stuff.
It was great.
I am very familiar with the song "The Dog Days Are Over," which I didn't know was Florence and the Machine at the time we listened to that or watched that live stuff. And so I think somebody watched. I think Cassie, who pledged us on Patreon for this, watched us do that and was like, "You guys got to hear this album." And this,
we listened to the first track. So we saw a live performance of the first track called King. In fact, I think we enjoyed the Florence and Machine live performance that we saw so much. I think we did one of the two songs for free. I think we got requested to do one song. Yeah. And we were like, let's just watch the next song. So that's how much we were enthralled and captivated by the performance of, I forget the singer's name. What's her name? Is it Florence? I guess it's Florence. I should have. Well, I didn't know. You know how sometimes like Alice in Chains, there's nobody in the band named Alice, so I just didn't know if that was okay. All right, so Florence Welch, she's the lead vocalist and songwriter of the band. Oh, she works with Jack Me Off On and Off. He's the producer that works with Taylor. Interesting. So Jack Me Off is.
I kept the fly swatter handy.
I'm just saying Jack Me Off is a part of this band. All right, so, we really liked King, so now we're going to hear the studio version first, Nathan. That's the first track on this album. So this album came out in May of 2022, which is fantastic. Like, I know people are like, you got to hear Nathan and I really like listening to whatever band we're hearing for the first time. We kind of like listening to how they sound now, whether it's live or their newest stuff. And then we don't mind going back, but I kind of want to see, hey, are they still kicking it now? Are these, I don't want to necessarily see the days of yesteryears. If they can still do stuff now, then it's like, okay, we can go back in time. But this is great. This is a new release, not even a year old. And Nathan, highly reviewed album, very strong reviews on the aggregate scores. 9 out of 10, 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5. So, yeah. Okay. So that's good. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, here we go.
It doesn't always mean great. We just did an album that had some high scores, and we were like, But it's interesting. But this is a new release of this year, which I would say that helps, but it's not 26 years old. Okay. The first track is called King, which we've heard, but now we'll hear the studio version. Here we go. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We argue in the kitchen about whether to have children, about the world ending in the scale of my ambition and how much is art really
It's good to see the lyrics too.
Yeah.
The very thing you're best at is the thing that hurts the most. But you need your rotten heart, your dazzling pain like diamond rings. You need to go to war to find material to sing. I am a mother, I'm a bride, I'm king. I need my golden crown of sorrow, my bloody sword to swing, my empty halls to echo with grand self-mythology. I am no mother, I am no bride, I am king. I am no mother, I am no bride, but a woman is a changeling, always shifting shape. Just when you think you have it figured out, something new begins to take. What strange claws are these, scratching at my skin? I never knew my killer would be coming from within. I am no mother, I'm a bride, I'm a king. I'm no mother, I'm a bride, I'm a king. I need my golden crown of sorrow, my bloody sword mess it up. I was never satisfied. Never let me go. Just drag me by my hair and go back home with a show.
I liked hearing the studio version of that better, I think.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I thought they did a great. Well, I mean, obviously, very faithful translation live on stage. But yeah, it was nice to hear that studio sound as well, though. Now, I have a guess here with Florence and the Machine. I suspect they're very good live, but I also suspect that their studio songs are also very good. Meaning, I feel like there's a lot that goes on in the music because there's a lot of different instruments that might not translate as easily. Not to say as well, but as easily on live on stage. So because you hear these strings and orchestra and violin, whatever it might be, like the soft acoustic guitar, it's hard to get all those nuances on a stage. Where definitely in the studio, it's a production, a very well done production in the studio as well.
Yeah, I could hear the separation in the harmonies.
Yeah,
and I don't know, the rest of the Machine. So there's another female voice that harmonizes with her. Maybe it's hers.
I think it's her overlay. I would guess she does all the vocals. I would suspect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, it just sounded cool to hear the harmonies through my headphones, and also to hear like you're saying, like the different instruments that you can hear more clearly. And then I loved how it hits the crescendo there, when she and the drums are kind of playing heavier. It really I can see why this song is one that why it was one that was on that live show that we were watching.
Yeah, and it's the first single from the album and the first track on the album. So again, did Florence blow her
all her money?
What's the other word? Did she? Yeah, we're hoping that it wasn't all released on the first song.
Sell the farm on the first one.
Yeah, there you go. Because I get worried when a band does that, when it's like, hey, this is one of our best songs. It's the first track. Yeah, buy our album. I get nervous, right? Mm-hmm. So the next song is called Free, which was also a single, the second track on the album, and the third single from the album, but it's called Free. All right. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, I love that song. Great song, by the way. Oh.
Dance fever stuff.
Yeah, there's a little more dance fever here. Okay. Moving a little faster.
Sometimes I wonder if I should be medicated. If I would feel better just lightly sedated. The feeling comes so fast and I cannot control it. I'm on fire, but I'm trying not to show it. Puts me down, still keep singing. Oh, like Christ upon a cross, who died for us, who died for what? Oh, don't you wanna call it off? But there's nothing else that I know how.
Literally tingles up my spine. Literally, I'm not even lying. I'm not even lying. Oh, beautiful.
Wow. I didn't expect this song.
No.
Well,
no.
actually, here, I'll save.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, man, there's so many good things about that song.
Yeah.
Like,
What? Yeah, go ahead.
Let me just start with, first of all, like, okay, when I first saw that this album was titled Dance Fever, there was a little worry that was like, oh, is this going to be like ironic that it's Dance Fever and that it's actually like really slow and kind of folky? And I was like, okay, I'm fine with that. But when I heard the beats start at the beginning, it kind of reminded me of a little bit of Billy Idol's, some of the beats you hear in some Billy Idol songs. But then when it changed to like, oh, that beautiful violin that was playing throughout.
Yeah.
And just like it built up and it just kept on like, whoa, like you said you're feeling like I feel cold almost, because like listening to that made me just excited to go back and listen to it again. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is. Yeah, I'm sold. This is that.
I love it when you get speechless. I love it.
Well, some music and sound. It's the combination of all those things. The beats per minute with the strings, the vocal work by Florence, the backing vocals, the violin, and it's like it's called free, and you feel like your soul is being freed. There's this freeing feeling where you're just like, I feel good. Mm-hmm. And we just trudged through some stuff that wasn't fun and almost depressing. This is what music's supposed to be, folks. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Stop being so GD depressing or sad or just like, I know there's some sad topics and stuff, but man, the world is sad enough. Can we just have some music that uplifts to some degree sometimes? Can we just have music that makes us feel happy and fun? And just, she reminds me of, this is an absolute compliment for me because I'm a huge Bruce Springsteen fan. So this reminds me of like 80s Bruce energy, with the E Street Band, which is her Machine band. And that's her backing band, is the Machine. So you have these talented players playing this uplifting music with a powerful voice and message. And she sounds like the singer. Again, another great compliment. She reminds me of the singer, I should say, of, forget the name, I'll have to look it up, who, Jefferson Airplane?
I don't know the singer.
Oh, I think,
no.
That song, the Pill song, you take one. Yeah.
I don't know.
Go ask Alice.
Yeah.
He's 10 feet tall. She reminds me of that same vocal work. So I would suspect that Florence, I can only imagine she's a fan of that singer. I can only imagine. So it has that same type of feeling with today's modern sound. Anyways, all these things are big. She's very old school, a very old spirit, looks like. She has, her outfits and her. Like she has this. Like she's got the mixture of Stevie Nicks with Jefferson Airplane mixed with modern sounds, mixed with Bruce Springsteen. I don't know. I'm loving it. I'm just digging it. Again, did she blow her load? I'll just say, did she blow her load on Free? We also got in the chat on our Twitch that the backup singer, a big member of the band, because her job is background vocals, is Isabella Summers. Now, I went to Isabella Summers' Wikipedia page. She's 42. She was born on Halloween Day, actually, funny enough. Mm-hmm. But she's the big deal. She's like done tons of stuff. In fact, she's done like score, like television score work.
Oh yeah. So
very talented. So yeah, very cool. And she's not too shabby to look at, if you know what I'm saying. What's her Instagram at? Let us know in the chat. Okay. All right. The next song is called...
Hey, hang on, before you go on.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yes.
People have said that the music video for this is beautiful. I'd be very interested in seeing that. Yeah.
Wink, wink, nudge. So wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, we'll hold off on watching it. But if we don't get it pledged in the next month, I'll just watch it on my own anyways. Yeah. Because I love that song. That was such a good song. Yeah. Unlike you, I'm like, okay, maybe there might be some duds in this album, but if they're at the par of the last two songs, especially the last one, then we're...
Well, this album is highly rated, so far I can't imagine it's just 2 songs out of 14 that elevates it.
Yeah.
All right, the next song is Choreomania. Okay, I don't know if that's a real word or not, but all right.
Okay, here we go.
And I am freaking out in the middle of the street with the complete conviction of someone who's never had anything actually really bad happen to them. But I am committed now to the feeling. I don't know how it started, don't know how to stop it. Suddenly I'm dancing to imaginary music.
I love her voice.
Something's coming, so out of breath. I just kept spinning and I danced myself to death. Something's coming, so out of breath. I just kept spinning and I danced myself to death. I'll be your demon daddy. And they speak to you, 'cause they speak to me too. The pressure and the panic you push your body through. Something's coming, so out of breath. I just kept spinning and I danced myself to death. Something's coming, so out of breath. I just kept spinning and I danced myself to death. You said that
Oh,
Okay, now it's going to be a question of when's the first dud?
yeah.
When's the first dud? Like,
yeah, because that one like just
I
on par with
know.
the last one. Yeah,
I know it's
Yeah.
what a fun listen this is so far.
yeah.
The machine. We should talk about the machine. Her band, the band, not
Yeah.
just her. They sound great. They're just what a great sound they have.
Yeah, I really love this like kind of rock beat going along with the symphony stuff in the
Yes.
background. Like you can hear some of that comes in, and it's not just like you kind of barely hear it. It has like a role to play in the song that you can hear regularly. It's awesome. Yeah, this is a very unique sound that you know. It feels like I haven't heard all of this sound yet, and that's why I'm like, let's hear the next song. I just want to know where they go with this. Yeah.
I wonder, like, okay, so the description of the sound is genre: pop rock, baroque pop, progressive pop, alternative rock, gothic pop, folk.
Baroque pop? Is
that the word?
Baroque?
Yeah.
Like Baroque?
Yeah, so it's a fusion genre that
I've never heard of
combines
that.
rock. Yeah, so here it is. It's a fusion genre that combines rock music with particular elements of classical music.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. I'm a big classical music fan, so I'm I've listened to a lot of it.
It scratches that itch, as they say. It
Scratches that itch. I listened to that when I was a teenager, and so like hearing them like bring it together. Oh, woo, that's where the chills are coming from for me.
I thought of another artist that she reminds me of. Again, these are all compliments of like, and I would have probably guessed some of her influences. The Eurythmics.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Good call. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Next is I mean that's great. I loved it. I loved the build up, the vocal work, the background vocals, the symphony with that rock driving beat. It's just again not boring. Hey, not boring. Let's not be boring. What producer goes in the background? You know, I really no. We want something slow, drudgery, and something that people want to hang themselves to.
We just have a song that we could just skip because we don't want to hear it.
Yeah, let's have songs we could just skip, please. Well, there might be one on this album. We'll find out. So, all right, the next one's called "Back in Town."
All right.
Never really been alive before. Always lived in my head. And sometimes it was easier, hungover and half dead. Back in town, why don't we go out? Let the rats run around our feet. The full moon shines down on these dirty streets. Back in town, why don't we go out to that 9th Street diner and carry on slowly, torturing each other, 'cause it's always the same. I came for the pleasure, but I stayed. Yes, I stayed for the pain. It's lit up like a movie scene, that halogen glow. And if you get spat on, that's just your big city baptism. empty room, 'cause it's always the same. I came for the pleasure, but I stayed. Yes, I stayed for the pain.
So that one's kind of more of a showcase of Florence, I would say. Like that's kind of giving her a chance to show off her vocal chops.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also kind of a like I look at that song as like it feels like it's more her personally. Like I wonder if that's you know, her being kind of autobiographical.
Maybe, yeah.
You know, and talking about stuff from her experience. Obviously, I mean, every artist does that, but
Of course,
it feels like that's a little more coming from the heart, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I agree with you with the vocal. This is Florence saying, "I can sing," and here's the thing. I know we were talking about so 3 songs are moving so fast, blah blah. It's a slow song. Oh, they're gonna hate it. No, because what makes this song again not boring and a very unique and interesting listen is the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
But then, yes, Florence is singing, her control of her voice and the way she has this angelic, ethereal. Sorry, what's that word again? I always use it.
Ethereal.
Why do I use that word when I can't use it? Angelic voice, you know, and the way she carries this, like almost like a fantasy type voice. You could see this being sung on some Lord of the Rings show or something. And
Sure. Yeah.
But I love the lines where I came for the pleasure, but I stayed for the pain. That's a great line, boy. You know, talk about a relationship or something. So, you know, like most relationships, they start off fun or whatever, and then it just becomes painful. But you're there for the pain. Yeah, I mean, this again, it doesn't have to be a fast song. We have somebody here who's very talented. I don't think there's going to be any song that's going to be boring. That's my guess, because at the very least, it's for a first time listen, you're getting the cut of her jib, how they sound, and their different flavors. And yeah, she's a very unique singer, incredible voice. Slow doesn't mean boring. This is a great example of the lyrics is what you need. The music fit the lyrics is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's poetic. Like the writing
is
is poetic in a way. Like if you alienate your audience with your poetry, where like you can't understand what they're saying, and like only like 3 people on the planet would ever know what they actually meant by the lyrics, I often find that to be off-putting for me. You know, whereas if you can still kind of hide it a little bit with the quality of your poetry, you still like it keeps you intrigued. I guess I keep thinking with everything we've seen so far is I just keep wanting to listen, right? I want to know what's next. So that's like a big success. Yeah.
Well, I just missed their concert.
Oh, really?
They were on tour. Vancouver. They were here in October, just a couple months ago.
Oh well,
at Rogers Arena. Yeah. No, I would have had no idea. Yeah. No. Thanks a lot for giving to us late, people. Jeez, thanks, Cassie. All right. The next song is called "Girls Against God." Ooh. I think this might be one to really read the lyrics on to see how the lyrics match that title. Yeah.
Here we go. Is that a saxophone?
I'm not sure.
Just hear a low horn.
What a thing to admit, but when someone someone looks at me with real love. I don't like it very much. Kinda makes me feel like I'm being crushed. Is this something that you would like to discuss? And it's good to be alive, crying into cereal at midnight. If they ever let me out, I'm gonna really let it out. Listen to music from 2006 and feel kind of sick. But oh God, you're gonna get it. You'll be sorry that you messed with it. Remember being in that basement with Tom Vick. Everyone treated us like little pets. Oh, tell me it's not over yet. In my darkest fantasies, I am a picture of passivity, waiting for your sour state, suppressing on my private rage. But as my sister said, I'd probably last 6 days. It's good to be alive, crying into cereal at midnight. And if they ever let me out, I'm gonna really let it out. When I decided to wage holy war, it looked very much like staring at my bedroom floor. Oh God, you're gonna get it. You'll be sorry that you messed with me. And I know I may not look like much, just another screaming speck of dust. But oh God, you're gonna get it. You'll be sorry that you messed with God. You're gonna get it. But it's good to be alive, crying in a cereal at midnight. Oh God, you're gonna get it. You'll be sorry that you messed with us. You'll be sorry that you messed with You'll be sorry that you messed with me.
You want to go back to that line with
Wait.
the? Oh, sorry.
The devil,
Sorry. I forgot. Sorry.
you know he gave me a choice, a golden heart or a golden voice.
Okay. So a lot of stuff going on in this song. Very interesting lyrics, especially that. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on that last part because that last part talks about the idea that she sold her soul to the devil to sing like an angel. If it's biography, obviously nobody sells their soul to the devil, but the idea that they sell their souls to the industry or whatever, and she's got this golden voice, and I don't know how much of this is autobiographical. Because you go up the top, she mentions a man named Tom Veck. Can you go back to that line, what she said about him?
Yeah, I went and looked up who Tom Veck is. He's an artist from around the time that listened to music in 2006.
So they came up together. They might have come up. I didn't see anything on him that was controversial. You know what I mean? So maybe just the idea that they kind of came up together. No. But if you go up to the beginning again.
Okay.
Oh, no, sorry, that same line. Sorry, go back down. Tom Beck line. Tom Beck paragraph. Okay, right here. I'm in the picture of passivity. Okay. Waiting for you, side of stage, suppressing all my private rage. So she's watching other people perform, maybe perform well. You know, she's jealous, maybe. And her sister might have said something to the effect like, you know, you're going to go be an artist. You're not going to last a week out there. All this. So I don't know how much of this is truly her or just what people hear when they tell their friends and family I'm going to be a singer songwriter. But then go to the top. It seemed like there's a little bit of her maybe being sexualized by some people's in the industry. It's hard to tell because it says, "What a thing to admit that when someone looks at me with real love," but she says real love. I don't like it very much. Kind of makes me feel like I'm being crushed. Is this something that you would like to discuss? A lot going on here. I don't know what I can gather without knowing her history. I don't want to assume things, but this seems like a very autobiographical song.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what I like listening to it is she's good at kind of finding the line between being like full on autobiographical, and some of them are very much so. Like you get pretty specific when you start mentioning Tom Beck in 2006, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty autobiographical. But then like opens it up wide enough with the chorus. You know, it's good to be alive, crying into cereal at midnight, but oh God, you're going to get it. You'll be sorry that you messed with us. I guess like I just like her style. Like I think that's what I'm liking the most about it. Is the style keeps me intrigued. So I keep wanting to go, oh wow, what a great way of telling that story, of saying that and expressing that. Show me more, please.
Yeah. This is some great comments from our Twitch. This is why we encourage people to join us on Twitch Live, because it stops a lot of people commenting on YouTube. Aaron said, I like this. We're having woman-splain things to us. So, oh boy,
it's good. Well,
yeah, I know. I know we need it. I think it's from the perspective of sexism in the world and how women are told to, quote, suppress their anger and emotions. Okay. And themselves, really. That's great insight there. Thank you, Aaron. And then Cassie, of course, who gave us this pledge, said that a lot of her other music discusses her history with alcoholism and toxic relationships. So it can essentially be related to a lot of that as well. Okay. So, yeah, there's probably things tied from here. But I wonder what her relationship with Tom Beck is, like, if anyone has a background on that. Okay.
I suspect she just used that as an illusion, like they were listening to Tom Beck in the basement.
Yeah, they probably have some sort of history together. I don't think it's negative history per se, but it's certainly enough that she mentions him by name on her album. So,
yeah.
Was they listening to his music or were they hanging out together? Oh, I see.
They were listening to his music.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. Okay, my bad. Okay, got you. Okay. All right. The next song, Nathan, is called. You ready? You want me to tell you what it's called?
Tell me what it's called.
It's called Dream Girl Evil.
Dream Girl Evil.
Dream Girl Evil. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if we get back into some dance music.
Yeah.
Well, did you miss me? Walk on water just to kiss me. Oh, come and get me.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
Yeah, it's like that blues, like Louisiana blues.
I'm ready. Deliver me that bad news, baby.
Ooh.
Am I a dream girl? You think of me in bed, but you could never hold me and like me better in your head. Make me evil, then I'm an angel instead. At least you'll sanctify me when I'm dead. Did I disappoint you? Did mommy make you sad? Do I just remind you of every girl that made you mad? Make me rejection of your mother. Don't come crying. I am nobody's moral center.
Let me start this one.
Okay, you start this one.
Again, talk about a recent album that we listened to, and I mentioned, I really hope this person's not listening. I don't think they are. I could be wrong. But it's still our experience. It's our journey. And it's not a criticism on the individual. It's just a criticism of the album that we listened to. We'll leave it at that. But we mentioned how some songs that were great need to be lengthened, and songs that were really not so great should really be shortened. Here's an example of like, don't stop!
yeah.
Keep going. I want to keep hearing that. Dream girl, evil. I cannot. Oh, dream. I didn't want that to end. That's a great sign when a song ends. You're like, don't die. Don't die.
Yeah.
And that's probably a really fun one live. If they do that one live, they could drag that out. I think that's one they could not drag out, but they could extend. Have the crowd, they're dancing on stage, they could jam that. I think that's one they could really just flesh out on stage.
I guess I'm just like, how is it that, like, I don't know, how is it that this music here is not just going like viral? Like, in my opinion, here, this is like really good music.
Right. And
I'm always sometimes annoyed with how some music ends up becoming so much more popular, and like I don't know, and I guess I'm really grateful here to Cassie for pledging this album, because this is time well spent, in my opinion. This whole album is going on my phone as soon as we're done.
And
agreed. And it's like it's so good. It's the kind of music I want to go around and tell people, have you heard of Florence and the Machine? You've got to hear this song, because that song there was like, it had so many layers. Like, one of the things that I think I said this on when we watched them perform live, I love that this is a woman who is, I would say, a very feminine woman who's kind of talking from experience about like some of the struggles of being a woman, and I would say generally to other women. Like, I would say this song is a little more targeted, but it's really well, I don't know, I just feel like if I was a woman listening to this, I'd feel empowered. And I think I said something similar to that when we watched her perform. But like, what's really cool is, and I'll just say this last thing, I'm smitten. Like, we're not watching her.
Right.
But like, her vocals, her presence is very attractive. It's very it's very endearing, and I want to keep listening. Like, I just like, oh, I can't wait to go back and listen to this. Sorry, I'm starting to gush a little bit, but like,
well, we're allowed to gush. I mean, like, we don't fake gush. I mean, if you're feeling it, you're feeling it. You know, that's what we do on this channel. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna show this to all my daughters. I'll just put it that way. Like, my daughters have to hear this. I'm surprised.
I agree.
They haven't. So, yeah.
At least not this album, it seems. Maybe they know a couple of the quote unquote hits from previous albums, but you got to hear something more than just the radio hits. Yeah. Okay, so the last one of the songs that we're going to do on part one, we're doing this album 2 parts, is Cassandra. Now it's only Prayer Factory. My apologies. Is that right? Yeah, Prayer Factory. It's only a minute 13, so it could just be a interlude or some sort of instrumental. We'll find out, but it's only a minute 13 seconds. Just keep that in mind. So, all right.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, there's some singing. Okay.
All the things that I ran from, I now bring as close to me as I can. Gripping hotel sheets with gritted teeth, my montage of lost things, my shining trinkets of grief.
Oh, like
Wow. I wonder if that leads into the next song, though.
you can just do a quick listen to see if it does.
Okay.
No. Okay, go back. Yeah, that's that's not fair. That's a real tease. Like what? I feel like we were going somewhere. Like what? What?
Yeah.
I wonder what that's obviously a real choice to do that with that last bridge right there. Why don't you give me a call? And it's like, and yes, and like I feel like there's a song there that we'll never get to hear, if that makes sense. What a tease.
Interesting title too, Prayer Factory. There's a very strong religious theme going through this that, like not strong, but it's subtle, but it's also like sometimes in your face. And nothing in the lyrics of this song say anything about God, but there's a hint that it's also there. You know what I mean? It feels like in every song there's been a mention of some religious figure or some, religious iconography. So it certainly is something that she's bringing up intentionally throughout. And it feels like this is her remembering things or pieces of memories, yeah, this one's a trickier one to pick apart, but still very like, it's in the same vein as everything else. Like it's very strong. It's very like real, but yeah, like I thought it was going to like go into the next song. So far we've really enjoyed this album. I'm looking forward to the rest of it. It was one of those albums that I was like, I would just keep listening to this. And I was, when we did part one, I didn't want to end it per se. Like I didn't like, I gotta take a break. It's just okay. It's like we could have binged it, as the kids say. We could have binged it, but that's a good sign. But now I'm really anxious. Okay, let's finish the album. We ended with the song "Prayer Factory." So the next song is called Cassandra, or Cassandra, whichever.
Or Cassandra.
Let's see how it gets pronounced.
Used to see the future and now I see nothing. They cut out my eyes and sent me home packing to pace around the kitchen for scraps of inspiration, crying like Cassandra.
Cassandra.
Used to tell the future, but they cut out my tongue and left me doing laundry to thinking what I'd done. It wasn't me, it was a song. I used to move into the future, bring it all back, let it bleed through my fingers. A treasure in my hands, now I creep out when there's no one about, 'cause they put crosses on the doors to try and keep me out. The garden's overgrown, and I run in the middle of the road. Well, can you see me? I cannot see you. branches, they'll close their door. Well, you can take your complaints straight to the Lord. I try to still look with wonder on the world as the roses bloom and the riot vines stare plainly in view. Well, can you see me? I cannot see you. Everything I thought I knew is falling out of you, and this blindness I'm condemned to. Well, can you hear me? I cannot hear you. Every song I thought I knew, I've been deafened to, and there's no one left to sing to.
Ooh, I like that.
Take me back, oh drunken gods of slaughter. You know I've always been your favorite daughter. Well, can you see me? I cannot see you. Everything I thought I knew is falling out of you. And if I run fast enough, could I break apart as empires crumble and cathedrals flatten in my heart?
Oh yeah, I was so looking forward to hearing more of this album.
Yeah, she's not afraid of the band themselves, but I assume she's the boss. To quote, to refer to Bruce again, she's Florence and the Machine, right? So she's definitely the boss. I love how she's not afraid to play or to perform and sing and create fun music. Meaning, again, that driving chord, it started off slow, then it builds, and then the great 30-second outro. Like, I'm glad she's not afraid to say, you know what? People like that kind of thing, and I'm going to give it. And that's fine by me. Like, her voice crescendos, the driving beat crescendos, and I love it. I just love what she's doing here. And I'm glad she's not so artsy that she can't make music. You know how sometimes people get in their own heads about their art?
Yep.
It's like, look at me, I'm an artist. And you look at the painting, you're like, I don't know what I don't, just draw me a picture that I can look at and understand. Like, I just like the idea that she's creating music that is, well, I hate the term accessible because it sounds like that's the thing. Some artists are so smart that they have to create something that only smart people get. No, maybe I'm just dumb. I want to hear music that just, it moves you and you're just feeling it and you just get right into it right away. Like, anyways.
And I don't think we've hit a song that isn't accessible yet. I think every one of these songs so far has been quite accessible. And variety too. I think that's what I like. What I really loved about this one, the one that like got me, was the ooze. When they got to the ooh, and then she kind of does the chorus with the ooze, kind of doing the back is beautiful. But it was just like with the beat building up like that, it was just like you can't help but feel like this music just gives you those chills every time. This is one of my new favorite artists. I'm going to say right here. This is like,
this is pretty great. This is pretty great.
Yeah,
this is easy. Yeah, it's albums like this that makes me wish we didn't get rid of the album tier for 2023. But
yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it's like Anyways, we have our reasons, but this is a great last entry into 2022 here. Yeah.
I mean, on the flip side of that, just to kind of give the counterpoint to our ending the album tier, what will happen is we'll get people that'll say, okay, there's 3 songs on this album, you got to hear them, and it's this one, this one, this one, and that
it's going to force people's hands a little bit to say, okay, I love this album, but here's the 3 that are just going to blow your socks off. And yeah. All right.
Yeah.
We want people to blow their loads all the time with us now. All right, Nathan. Yeah. Heaven is here, and every time I'm with you, heaven is here with me.
Aw. It reminds me of a song from Collective Soul. It's anyway. Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, bring your salt, bring your cigarette. Draw me a circle and I'll protect. Heaven is here if you want it. Oh, bring your boy, bring your bottle. Open your mouth, pour it down his neck. Heaven is here if you want it. And all of the fish, let them flounder. I went to the water, drank every drop. I'll turn your sea to a desert. My Catholic taste and the devil, all gilded and golden. Yes, I'm your girl. Hell, if it glitters, I'm going. And I ride in my red, and time stretches endless with my gun in my hand. Though I And every song I wrote became an escape rope tied around my neck to pull me up to heaven.
Oh, that should have been longer.
Yeah. That's what she said. Yeah, and another one of her shorter songs, we talked about this in our part 1 reaction, that she's teasing us. This could have been... I wonder what the reasons are. I wonder what Florence would say, because there's a lot of interesting stuff going on here, and maybe, the or the trill, and then the dunk dunk of the drums, and a lot of different sounds. It felt like it could have either just gone, like, it could have done it again, like it's a minute and a half. You could have easily just repeated the same concept with different lyrics again. Maybe she doesn't have any more lyrics to give, but that could have been it too, right? She didn't want to create more lyrics to the song, so to speak. So, yeah, I love that.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of, like, I don't know why this is the image, the story that came into my mind as I'm listening to the lyrics and the sound. It's like an old West scene, and it's like a gang of women who are out riding the West and, like, just taking down, like, their exes.
Oh,
because, like, there's some lines in there that kind of say it. Where is it? Oh, bring your boy, bring your bottle, open your mouth, pour it down his neck. Heaven is here if you want it. Almost like they're a gang of, like, I guess they'd be the prostitutes, I guess, but they kind of, like, go from, like, town to town, more Catholic taste than the devil, all gilded and golden. Yes, I'm your girl. Hell, if it glitters, I'm going. And this is the part that got me. And I ride in my red dress, and time stretches endless with my gun in my hand. And I always get my man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Yeah, there was a cowboy movie in the 90s. Had, like, Madeline Stowe, Drew Barrymore. Who else? It was actually kind of a fun. They were like tough. It's like the female young guns. What was it called? Anyways, it was fun. So that would have been that could have been used for that movie, but it came out 25 years ago or 20 years ago.
Cassie says there's a video for this, and there's a similar concept in the video.
Oh, look at that! Look at you! Look at you creating music videos for Florence.
It's already been done.
Oh, okay. All right, the next song is Daffodil.
Yeah. well, first I want to, before we move on, heaven is here. The idea of like, heaven is here, this like completely opposite, this like these women that are somewhat, against God or whatever, and do almost the opposite of what you would assume. Anyway. Okay.
I like it.
So the next one is called what? Sorry?
Daffodil.
Daffodil.
Okay, that's enough.
I couldn't help it, yes, I let it get in. The helpless optimism of spring. Worn out and tired, and my heart never tired, and the world bent double from weeping, and yet the birds begin to sing. Try to be real. Saw the future in the face of a daffodil. 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 We practice resurrection every night. Dead under the moonlight, and in the gloaming night, start to cry. You're a perfect pearl hung in the sky. There is no bad, there is no good. I drank all the blood that I could, made myself mythical, tried to be real. Saw the future in the face of a daffodil. And tell me I'm the chosen one, a generation soaked in grief, drying out and hanging on by the skin of our teeth. I never thought it would get this far, this somewhat drunken joke. Sometimes I see so much beauty, I don't think that I can cope. There is no bad, there is no good. I drank every sky that I could, made myself mythical, tried to be real. Saw the future in the face of a daffodil. Daffodil. Daffodil.
Wow. Have we mentioned? I think we have, but let me just restate it then. Mm-hmm. I love the music of, like, she's an incredible singer, lyric writer. I think we're almost taking that for granted at this point already. We don't mean to, Florence.
The Machine.
So forgive us. The Machine. Mm-hmm. The soundscape from the band and the music from there's so much going on. This is an album you have to listen to again because there's so much instrumentation going on that I'm just like there's a lot happening and it's almost too much to take in for one. You have to listen again.
Yeah, and I would say the percussion is exceptionally important in the Machine. In the like there's the other music is important too. It's don't get me wrong. It couldn't just be Florence and the percussionist. It would have to be the whole band. But the drums are very, very like prominent. And I might have said that in a previous part 1, but certainly in this song, it's very important. Especially by the time you get to the end, that last round of Daffodil, the daffodil, you know, it's like it's built to that. So it's okay. I guess Jack is kind of big on percussion. That's kind of his.
Okay, well that's great. It sounds great. The percussion sounds great. So if he is,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. I mean, we sound like a broken record player, don't we? This album's good.
It's good. We like
it's
it.
Fun.
We want more. Okay.
Yeah, the percussion is very strong. And now the percussion here, it says here, she does a lot of the percussion, Florence herself, on tracks 2, 6, 9, and 10. So she did it on 10.
Okay.
What we just heard on Daffodil. And she does a lot. She does the string arrangements too for a lot of the songs. So she's in charge of a lot of stuff. Yeah. All right. The next song, "My Love," is called "My Love."
You've never called me my love. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. It's actually the second single from the album as well, by the way.
Thanks, my chunk.
No problem, I would. Okay, "My Love."
Oh. Oh boy. I was just thinking this on the last track, or the one before. Is there like a choral song?
Like it sounds like it could almost belong in the Lord of the Rings or something.
Yeah.
Oh.
The screen went all funny. There we go.
We're taking the opposite Isengard.
I was always able to write my way out. Song always made sense to me. Now I find that when I look down, every page is empty. There is nothing to describe except the moon still bright against the worrying sky. I pray the trees will get their leaves soon. So tell me where to put my life. Do I
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah.
There was like, okay, and I didn't know. This is kind of like the first sort of EDM sounding song, right?
This is very much a dance song.
Yeah. So I'm very happy that there's at least one song on here that kind of falls into that dance category. Not because that's the title, but it, like, all of the stuff we've listened to feels very danceable as well. And so I was almost like, yeah, I wonder if she'll ever like do something in that category that kind of brings her vocals in. And it was gorgeous. That was well done. I loved at the beginning there, and I almost want to go like we've said earlier, you have to listen to these songs a few times to pick up everything that's going on. There's a moment in the beginning when you can hear like they're using like breath work to kind of like be some of the percussion, and it was really cool. It was like right between the lines, and then you get that kind of later on when she's doing the little ha, after some of the lines is very like, oh, it's such a good song overall, right?
No, it's terrible. All right, the next song. No, yeah, it was a totally danceable song, but it cheapens it by just saying it's a danceable song because it's easy to tap your feet to. But like you were saying, there's a lot going on, so there's a lot of layers to the song. And I also noticed right away that choral or background vocal of like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just that long note of almost like angelic singing. You just hear this. Yeah, it's fantastic vocal work, and yeah, I love it. Well, Nathan, we got to show a little bit of restraint, don't we, as we give this for a review?
So let's do that. Show some restraint. Is that what it's called?
Restraint.
Oh, just restraint. Okay. Oh, big song.
And have I learned restraint? Am I quiet enough for you yet?
Quick comment on that.
The same idea. I feel like I don't know. It's weird. 3 songs on this album have been under 2 minutes, and this one under a minute. And I wonder what her reasons are. Obviously there's a message here. She's saying this to somebody probably in particular.
Yeah.
I like the idea. Have I showed you enough? Almost like
it's like someone gave her some criticism. It's like you need to show a little more restraint. You need to be
be quiet,
quieter. You just
quieter. Yeah. You talk too much. You talk too much. You know what I'm saying? I like my woman quiet. You know what I'm saying? Talk less, cook more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When
you're done making me a meatball sandwich, you know what I'm saying? I want you to take off all your clothes. You know what I'm saying? Meet me in the bedroom. Don't say nothing. Just go lie down and I'll be there in a minute.
Yeah, I think you oddly nailed that quite well.
I've been practicing with my wife for almost 13 years now, and it's gone over horribly. All right. So, Nathan, I have to say,
crap,
having us together and having you in my life and having you as a partner has been the bomb. And our truly the bomb.
Okay, I predict the bomb, this next song, is going to be the... Is this the last song? No. There's still like a couple more.
That's it. Oh, what's your prediction though of the bomb?
Well, I predict it's gonna be a jam.
Do you have... Okay, so when we get to are you listening to the deluxe version? Just curious.
I don't know.
Okay.
I have to check.
We'll talk. Well, yeah, it's okay. The reason why, because the other tracks are just like different versions. There's not any additional songs. We're not going to go through all the different
Okay.
Like there's a poem version, acoustic version of songs, but there is a cover. I'll tell you later, but I wouldn't mind finding it. Okay. Okay. So, you ready?
The bomb. Here goes.
The bomb. You're the bomb.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Very gentle. Very gentle.
Definitely wrong on it being a jam.
I think you just got the word bomb in your head. Yeah.
You said this could have been the best thing that ever happened to you. So you decided not to do it. Now you come back every summer like a carnivorous flower, and I stare at your hands in the heat, and I think they are the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. But if I was free to love you, unavailability is the only thing that turns you on. Come here, baby, tell me that I'm wrong. I've blown apart my life for you, and bodies hit the floor for you, and break me, shake me, devastate me. Come here, baby, tell me that I'm wrong. I don't love you, I just love the bomb. Buildings falling is the only thing that turns me on. I've blown apart my life for you, and bodies hit the floor for you, and break me, shake me, devastate me. Come here, baby, tell me that I'm wrong. I don't love you, I just love the bomb. I let it burn, but it just had to be done. And I'm in ruins, but is it what I wanted all along? Sometimes you get the girl, sometimes you get the song.
Wow. So this is like kind of a different direction from the rest of the songs, I would say. It has that kind of a jazzy beat, very like...
And it was very folky as well, I thought, too, though.
Yeah, kind of a folk song. And I guess I immediately went to the lyrics and started like looking through the lyrics to get a sense of what this was about. And it's a poem. Like it's nothing short of great poetry, because it's, you know, she starts off going, it's like unavailability is the only thing that turns you on. Come here, baby, tell me that I'm wrong. And then I've blown apart my life for you, you know, blah, blah, blah. The only thing that turns me on is the bomb. This idea that, like, you know,
the chaos of destruction or explosiveness, maybe, or
not actually real things, obviously, but just the flip on itself is it's just really, I don't know, it's beautiful. It's beautiful poetry. Really, it's fascinating to listen to someone just express themselves through song and poetry simultaneously. She's a very gifted writer. Yeah, it reminds me of Taylor Swift a little bit. No, I just mean
I don't. I wonder if there's a fan base that overlaps. I'd be kind of curious. Let us know, because I mean, Jack works with both artists, does he not? So.
Yeah, just that there's like a really strong writing throughout this album. Very careful, clever lyrics. Not the same. I'm not trying to say that they're both the same, but like they both have a very strong sense of writing, you know, lyrics that go with an emotion, and it's wonderful.
I love it. No, and I'm kind of curious what the last song will be like, because this was a very mellow, slow, heartfelt. It did have a build up though, but within its own quiet build up. But it did have a kind of a mini crescendo at the end. So what are your? I'm curious how this album will close. The name of the song is "Morning Elvis." Yeah, I couldn't think of anything. So "Morning Elvis" is the name of the song. Yeah,
okay.
Let's go.
This is the last one?
Last track. This is it.
Oh, okay.
Now there's a cover that she does on her bonus disc. I wouldn't mind seeing if we can find it really quickly, if we can find it. But for now, this is this is the last song on the release of Dance Fever. Here we go.
All right.
When they dressed me and they put me on the plane to Memphis, well, I never got to see Elvis. I just sweated it out in a hotel room, but I think the king would have understood why I never made it to Graceland. The bathroom tiles were cool against my head. Pressed my forehead to the floor and prayed for a trapdoor. I've been here many times before, but I've never made it to Graceland. And if I make it to the morning, I should have come with a warning.
Yeah. Okay.
And if I make it to the stage, I'll show you what it means to be sane. Well, pick me up in New Orleans, pinned in a bathroom stall. Pick me up above my body, press my corpse against the wall. I told the band to leave without me. I'll get the next flight and I'll see you all with Elvis. If I don't survive the night, if I make it to the morning, I should have come with a warning. And if I make it to the stage, I'll show you what it means to be sane. Every tour I swear I'll quit. It's over, boys, now this is it. But the call, it always comes in the songs like children begging to be born. But oh, I guess I got my wish. But anything but this. If I make it to the morning, I should have come with a warning. If I make it to the stage, I'll show you what it means to be saved. Oh, you know I'm still afraid. I'm still crazy and I'm still scared. But if I make it to the stage, I'll show you what it means to be spared.
Huh. So
Yeah.
Just reading through the lines here, this idea that she like I think someone said this in the previous in the last round of doing this, that Florence has struggled with alcoholism and had, various struggles with either maybe alcohol or substance abuse. But it sounds to me like that's sort of what she's relating to. She's relating to Elvis's sense of, struggles, or Elvis's struggles with the same things. And that idea, and if I make it to the morning, and if I make it to the stage, I'll show you what it means to be saved. It's almost like, and some artists kind of become this way, where they become dependent on the substance in order for them to find their inspiration. So there's even a bit of hint of that later on in the lyrics here. Where does she say it? Where is it? Oh, darn it. Right. Every tour I swear I'll quit. It's over, boys. Now this is it. But the call comes. It always comes. And the songs, like children begging to be born. But I guess I got my wish. But anything but this. This idea that like the substance is what inspires the children to be born, the songs. And like she's dependent on it. And if I make it to the morning, I'll show you what it means to be saved when I sing. If I get on stage, it's like I can be spared once I'm there. I can be, you can be spared too. Yeah, I don't know. That's just the general gist of what I'm getting from the song.
No, I love it. This is an amazing album to listen to. This was very easy.
Yeah.
We've gone through some humdingers on our channel. We've gone through some ones where it's a little bit difficult. Some are more difficult than others to get through. This was not one of those. This was a beautiful experience. The songs were amazing. Even the slow songs were heartfelt, beautiful lyrics. Like every song made you feel something. It was interesting. Some were too short, which is a good thing. Give us more, Florence. You're teasing us. So yeah, what a wonderful experience that Cassie pledged this album to us. Thank you so much. And I love that this is a recent album that came out in 2022. So this is what Florence is doing now with the machine. Fantastic. Now, Nathan, if you have a chance, I don't want to try not to make this an easy edit here. Just see if you have access to the song "Search and Destroy." She did a cover of Iggy Pop.
So I'm just going to press pause.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
right.
On the deluxe album, there is a song called "Search and Destroy." I guess it's not part of the There's other songs on there, but you're saying that they're all like just remixes or different.
Yeah, like acoustic or different kind of versions, but no new songs, like no actual other than this one. But this is a cover, of course, from Iggy Pop. And now I'm not familiar with it. Yeah, okay. So this is a cover of Iggy Pop. So it's not a Florence original. However, it's her covering Iggy Pop, which is an interesting combination. We know very little Iggy Pop. We've done a couple songs of his on our channel. But I know him enough that I would find this is an interesting collaboration. So let's hear Florence's rendition of an Iggy Pop song.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a street-walking cheetah with a heart full of napalm. I'm the runaway son of the nuclear A-bomb. I am the world's forgotten boy, the one who searches and destroys. Honey, gotta help me, please. Somebody gotta save my soul. Baby, detonate for me. Look out, honey, 'cause I'm using technology. I ain't got time to make no apology. So radiation in the dead of night, love in the middle of a firefight. Honey,
I love it.
Yeah, I've never heard the original, and this isn't a slight on Iggy Pop. So if there's anyone that's an Iggy Pop fan, this is not what I mean by this comment. However, hearing a modern day take with the instruments and full, because the machine has like incredible artists and musicians in the band. There's this fuller sound. I think Florence might be adding to Iggy's sound, which is fine. Nothing against the original because I haven't heard the original, but I'm guessing that Florence is probably a better singer in general than Iggy, that's not his style. I know that he's punk. I'm just saying what I love about this is it would be very interesting if Florence, I mean, she could probably cover so much anyways, but it'd be kind of fun if she just did like an Iggy Pop album, like the whole thing, like she did here, because
right.
Just because it's fun to hear her sing like this and to play with the band, the fast drum and the acoustic guitar. So she definitely did the perfect kind of cover where if you were an Iggy Pop fan, I'm saying, let's just flip it. Let's say you're an Iggy Pop fanatic and you heard, hey, some artist is covering my favorite artist, and then you didn't. So she probably Florence-fied it, saying, hey, it's a nod to the original, but if you kind of like the way I sing and the way I vocalize, the way I sound, the way my machine band sounds, come check out my other stuff. So I think that's where it probably is a perfect cover, where I suspect it sounds like Iggy Pop's song. However, you're getting her vocal work that Iggy doesn't have, that Florence has. So an Iggy fan might be like, who's this singer? Why is she singing like she belongs in the 60s, 70s? Yeah.
Yeah, that's well said. I agree with everything you just said. You took pretty much all the words out of my mouth. I would say I'm also just as curious, like, to hear her cover other things, because I like her take on things. I think that's what a good cover artist has going for them, is that you want to know what their take is on, other songs. I can think of like, what's his name there that covered, oh my goodness, the Hurt, Johnny Cash, when he started covering a bunch of artists' songs, that his take on those artists' songs was better sometimes, in some cases, than the originals. And that to me that's what I'd like to know. I'd love to hear her takes on other originals.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, because she nails it, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, well, that is the end. We don't want it to end, but that's the end. That's the end of the Florence and the Machine Dance Fever, the album. Awesome stuff. Yeah. If you liked our reaction, you want us to either listen to, we're not doing album tiers anymore as of 2022. However, if you join our Discord and our Patreon members, the $10 tier or higher, can add their vote or add their voice to what Nathan and I react to. What we mean by that, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, is people can offer their suggestions for Nathan and I, and we'll pick 1 or 2 albums a month of things that interest us that won't cost you an album tier cost anymore. So there are things we want you to cater us, is what I'm saying. So let us know what it is you think we should listen to, and Nathan and I will discuss those suggestions, but those suggestions will be given only by the patrons on our Patreon at the $10 tier or higher. So join us for that, and I suspect some Florence albums might be in the future, or if you just want to listen to a couple songs of hers, join that tier for the song request. We'll do that for sure. Live performances too of this album, or videos, or whatever it is. Yeah, we'd love to do that.
Yeah. Fascinating. Love this whole thing. Yeah. This was a treat. It's going on my phone. I'll be listening to this. I'll be showing this to my daughters over the next couple of days here. Thanks everyone for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one.